Hello, my name is Cameron Miglia, and I'm going to do my persuasive speech on not homeschool, public school versus private school education. Alright, so I'd like to start off with why I am doing this, because my nieces and nephews and both of my brother-in-laws went to private school, and I went to public school. So for starters, public school is way cheaper. Actually free. It's in your taxes, so why wouldn't you go to public school? Private school education costs, well, for example, my family, for two of them to go to elementary school, it's $6,000 a semester, so $12,000 a year for two. Plus the little one, she's 3, and it costs them, she goes 3 half days, so she goes Monday, Wednesday, Friday from noon till 3, and it costs them $1,500 a semester, which I don't even consider that a half day. That's only 3 hours. So $3,000 for her to go to school for a whole year, or for 3 half days. And I got a free education down the street. So I would also like to say my nephew was having a hard time reading and writing. So their private school was trying to get a petition form signed that the public school reading and writing teacher came to their school instead of the public school, which makes no sense to me. So why wouldn't you just go to the public school if your reading is that bad? You're paying, what did I say, $12,000 for 2 kids to go to a public school that are already reading and writing and already having problems reading and writing. So, and you're trying to get a public school teacher, which is free because it's already out of your taxes. So I have no idea why they're choosing public or private school over public school. It makes no sense to me. Honestly, your tax money's going to it, so why wouldn't you get a free education? And I talked to my brother-in-law actually about this. He owns his own painting company now. He's pretty successful going to private school. But he said he lacked one thing coming into high school. He went to regular public high school, actually, after 8th grade. So he went to private school from kindergarten through 8th grade, and then he went to Brighton High School. He said when he came into Brighton High School, he lacked communication. He had no friends, and he was shy and couldn't stand up and have his own voice or anything. So he said he thought it really held him back in that area, which I think most kids that go to private school and switch over to public school, or just go to private school and then go to college, I think that holds them back a lot on the communication skills and making friends and being outgoing. So public school is better in that situation and better in the cost situation. So my other brother-in-law, he went to private school, and he didn't turn out so well. So he doesn't have college education. I mean, a lot of people don't, but he said his kids have to go to private school because he went to private school and he turned out so well. But he doesn't have a college degree. He's making $50,000 a year. He's got 3 kids, and somehow they afford for them to go to private school, which I have no idea how. So he also went to private school from kindergarten through 8th grade, and then he went to normal high school. And he tells me all the stuff that he did when he got into normal high school, and since he was so he was held like tight and, close, not going out much, not doing many things with friends. And when he became to high school, he went out every night, drinking, partying, smoking dope, all that. And that's another situation you have with going to private school. All those kids are, they don't get out much, they don't interact. I mean, maybe if they play sports and stuff, and then you let them out into the free world, like public high school, and then they get into all that stuff because then they say, oh, I'm free. And they go out, party, drink, be wild. I mean, that doesn't happen to everyone, but I have seen it happen more times than not. And some of my friends, my brother-in-law, it's not a good situation. So he actually had to get help with bad drugs and stuff like that. So that is a big factor in public versus private school. So you got the money issue. They're paying like 20 grand for 3 kids to go to private elementary school. I mean, I pay that much. I don't even pay that much for a whole year of college. So it's pretty ridiculous. So that's a downside of private school. Public school, upside, free, comes out of your taxes, better teaching, more communication, better skills, make more friends. Like they have 8 people in their grade, so they have 8 people in their class. Compared to a public school, they have 25 kids in a class, and they got 4 different teachers per grade. So that's pretty outstanding in numbers wise. So in a private high school around here is like probably 20 grand a year for one kid. So that's why a lot of people transition over to going back to public school in high school. So I think public school is a way better option than private school. Let me introduce you my listening staff, or whatever you want to call it. This is my sister, Katie, Drew, her husband, my girlfriend, Hannah. Oh, there you go. And that's my mother, and that is my father.